Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Puppeteer has no future. Eat the string fruit. Chapter 66. Nanjong Number 6 Middle School, Square. Vice Principal Tang He was sitting in the main stand. One after another, some students walked in. Many people's faces were full of spirit, thinking that their strength had improved a lot in the past 7 days. Compared to when they had just awakened 7 days ago, they had all experienced a life and death struggle. Whether it is mental or otherwise, it has indeed grown a lot. Of course, there are also small parts, depressed. If you look closely at their level, there is not much change. This is a problem that arises in almost every class of professionals. Watching your teammates die with your own eyes will lose yourself in the heat of the killing. More severe ones can even get combat trauma. If you can't overcome the fear in your heart, you can't even set foot outside the city. Not everyone is suitable for fighting. Because these people are awakened to combat occupations, their lives will most likely be even more difficult than ordinary life occupations. I've reached level 10. And last time in the wild, I accidentally got a sensitive pace skill book. In this new professional competition, there is a high chance that a certain guild of 370 will be seen and sent me an invitation. Quote. A middle-level teenager said triumphantly. Wow, you upgraded so fast. I'm pitiful, fighting under the premise of ensuring safety, it is a lot safer. However, it is only level 8 now. In the professional competition, it is estimated that even teammates cannot be found, so I can only sharpen myself for a while. It's okay, brother, I'm the same, then we'll go to the wild boar forest outside the city to fight together. The harvested materials, flesh and blood, we will definitely not starve. Also, as long as you don't die, your life will definitely get better and better as your level increases. The faces of this group of teenagers have almost receded childishness. I am full of imagination for the future. Qin Yi also walked into the square at this time. After glancing around the information, the highest of the students found in this group was only level 13. Yes, if it's just a rare class, it's already good to be able to reach level 13 in 7 days. After all, this is Nanjong Number 6 Middle School. The background of entering here is not bad. And if the parents are strong professionals, the children born are also likely to have a much stronger occupation than the average. Moreover, having money can make ghosts push and grind. A strong background is a great help for both equipment and upgrades. But why didn't I see the ice squad? Qin Yi has been leveling up frantically in the wild these days, and he has no time to contact at all. No way. Compared to others, they need to replenish medicine and treat injuries every once in a while. Qin Yi doesn't use it at all. In addition, the strength is too strong, not afraid of the night falling, naturally there is no need to rest. The communication message was sent and did not return, it will not still be in battle, right? So, he turned to ask a trainee he knew next to him. He Dedong, do you know where Wei Shi is? When he Dedong heard Wei Shi's name, his face showed envy. Wei Shi is now developed and has joined the Cold Ice Squad. With Ma Hao, the only epic level professional in our 6, leading the team, upgrading is quacking. The group of guys in the Ice Squad, the lowest ones are now level 15. Gee, this strength, coupled with skillful cooperation. It is estimated that after the new professional competition, it is directly favored by a good guild, and it is normal to accept it together. And I heard that Wei Shi guy doesn't know where to get a batch of equipment with high defensive attributes. Zhonghu people say, big meat shield. Qin Yi nodded. The configuration of the ice squad is indeed the highest among the 6. It can be upgraded to about level 15 in 7 days, which is not bad. As for that piece of equipment, it was obvious that Qin Yi had given it in the Thunder Pig Forest. You must know that it was from the Iron Blood Dynasty's attack and killing squads. After searching for corpses, among the many equipment, Wei Shi could wear the best selection. Now that Qin Yi trading houses have gone more, they can roughly estimate the price of that set. It is about 800,000 dragon coins. For these 6 middle school disciples with no background, it is already a huge funding. Wait, I don't seem to be asking this question. He Dedong, why do you have some answers that are not asked? What I want to know is, why haven't those people from the ice squad come back yet? Hidedong touched his head awkwardly. Ahem, I'm sorry, I can't help but envy when I mention the ice squad. Obviously, I am also a rare combat class, but I have only reached level 11. The most unfortunate thing is that my squad has lost a lot of members, and I am still worrying about how to form a team for new professionals. The ice squad should have been leveling up in the savage bushes just now. Quote. It's time to catch up with it now. Qin Yi nodded. Just don't die. New professionals due to lack of combat experience and the desire to join a good guild in the first place. Often rushed. This is when the probability of falling is highest. Hidedong looked at Qin Yi, and the people were stunned. Qin Yi, I can't read your information. I remember that your awakened profession should be a puppeteer, and you should not have anti-insight skills, right? You even learned extra skills. It's not me who said, it's much better for you to sell this skill book for good equipment or find a substitute. What's the use of preventing probing? Monsters won't look at your attributes. In the face of this bitter persuasion, Qin Yi was also a little helpless. For most people, the skills that can be used come with awakening. Skill book this thing, Inja is too expensive. The black iron puppet manufacturing techniques purchased by Qin Yi cost millions of dragon coins each. It is indeed not something that these 16 juniors can afford. Where, like Qin Yi, the rich and wealthy pick at will. I didn't understand things at that time, I was too excited to get the skill book, and I learned it directly. No way, it's too troublesome to release. Qin Yi had to say casually. That's right. Hidedong was a little sorry. It is also reasonable for newcomers to make some selective mistakes. About 20 minutes or so passed. The agreed meeting time has also arrived. At the last moment, the ice team stepped into the square. Instantly attracted everyone's attention. The ice squad is here. My god, the level of Wei Jia has actually reached level 16. I heard that in order to cope with the next professional competition, they also have to recruit someone to join the team. I have to behave myself later. Yes, I don't know if they lack priests. This star team of 6 middle schools saw Qin Yi for the first time after walking into the square. Ma Hao hurriedly greeted him. Boss Qin Yi, why did you arrive so early? The squad members behind him also looked at Qin Yi with respectful eyes. After all, without Qin Yi, they would all die in the battle of the Thunder Pig Forest. Where is it still alive and jumping now? Qin Yi nodded. Stone, good. Reaching level 16, even in the first medium, is above the average line. At this moment, Wei Shi looked a little restrained after being praised by Qin Yi. Enter the world of professionals for so many days. The thinking of the law of the jungle and worship the strong has become deeply rooted. In the face of a strong person like Qin Yi, in the case of a huge gap between the two, they cannot get along with a normal heart. This is still a blessing for you. That set of equipment allows our squad to withstand a stronger attack. The improvement is naturally much faster than before. What 0.8? Originally, the others saw that the ice squad was so respectful to Qin Yi. It's already full of doubts. Now when I hear that the person who originally sponsored Wei Shi behind it is Qin Yi. Everyone else fainted. I thought that a certain guild saw the potential of the ice squad and funded it. It turned out to be Qin Yi. I heard that aren't ordinary puppeteers all borrowed money to buy puppets. There's something wrong with this script. Quote. I want to quickly inform my reporter friend that tomorrow's publication titled Ice Squad Sponsor Identity is actually. In the face of everyone's amazement. Qin Yi doesn't matter. I didn't plan to hide it myself. It's just too lazy to say so much. Anyway, in any case, a while of new professionals will be compared. It will definitely shine. You can't hide it if you want to, and shock them in advance. It can also be regarded as a preventive shot. The Frost Dragon and the Holy Sword Dragon Guard should be a dimensionality reduction blow to those Tianzhao. Ahem, students. Tang He on the main stand coughed lightly twice. After attracting everyone's attention. Only then did he continue. After these 7 days of grinding, I think you are no longer what you used to be in terms of mood and strength. Unfortunately, many students have also left us forever. According to statistics, the number of combat professionals killed and wounded in Hour 6 is as high as 40% in these 7 days. As soon as this data came out, the trainees below were also shocked. They knew that there were not a few dead people. After all, they just glanced at it casually. Many familiar faces are no longer on the square. But even so, I didn't expect it to reach 40%. Tang He's eyes froze and he paused for a while. Give everyone a little reaction time. Only then did he nod in satisfaction. Very good. If it was you 7 days ago, I am afraid that you would be scared at this time. Obviously, these days of fighting have made you grow tremendously. But there's no need to be too afraid. When I first changed jobs, it was recognized that the casualty rate was the largest. With experience in the future, you will find that the world of professionals is like this. Tang He's words were basically the last routine conversation in all schools. It is equivalent to giving everyone a dose of spiritual comfort. Next, we will teleport 16 to Silver Crane City for the new profession competition. I hope you can all perform at your best and find the guild you want to join. After that, the school staff appeared. Lead the trainees outside. For going to Silver Crane City, Qinyi was not surprised. Each session of the new professional competition is held separately in each province. And Nanjing belongs to Bajong province, and everyone naturally wants to go to the provincial capital Yin City to participate. However, Tang He did not mention the matter of the Hidden Dragon Academy. This news has almost spread in the circles of Shaoxinline and Shaoyan. After thinking about it, Qinyi is clear. In Tang He's eyes, even the strongest ice team had no possibility of entering the Hidden Dragon Academy. This is the same as which top guild has increased the number of enrollment places this year. In the 6th, no one paid attention at all. After all, the professional competition is equivalent to the potential stock draft. For the people of the 6th school, it would be nice to be selected by the guild. It doesn't matter which one he is. Followed by, a group of people walked towards the teleportation point in the city. South Zhongcheng Teleportation Point. Every time the professional competition day, it is always busy. On the ground, the octagonal formation constantly flashed with light. Batches of trainees were teleported away. It's the people from Nanjing number 5 middle school, and I collided with them. Wei Shi saw many familiar faces at a glance. Unlike Qinyi, the rest of the students are normal to swipe from the low-level area to the high level. Often collided with people from other middle schools in Nanjing at the same time. Sometimes conflicts break out because of the distribution of monsters. However, where Qinyi is located, there are no classmates at all. Therefore, after Wei Shi mentioned it, he knew the identity of these people. Huang Mingji, the principal of the 5th middle school, quickly walked up after seeing Tang He. Don, you're here too. Gee, I heard that there is an epic professional in this 6th class. Alas, it's a little embarrassing to say, we have a whole 4 epic professionals in the 5th middle school this time. They have all brushed to level 18 under the team. I was pleasantly surprised. Listening to these yin and yang strange words, Tang He's face was full of black lines. You've emailed me about this no less than 10 times. Can I not know? Originally, in Nanjing, Tanaka and number 6 middle school's grades have always been relatively poor brothers and brothers. It would be nice to have an epic combat class appear in each session. I don't know what's going on this time, what luck went, and directly awakened 4. This made Huang Mingji happy. As long as these 4 play normally, it will not be a problem for him to double his prize money this year. Is it? You look at my memory, I forgot to say it. Huang Mingji pretended to have a sudden realization. But don't be discouraged, isn't there still a cold ice squad in the 6th middle school, which has recently played a great prestige? After the trial begins, as long as you play well, you should also be able to be selected by a good guild. It's definitely a lot worse than our Rakshasa squad. Tang He directly glanced white. Although I wanted to refute it, I couldn't say it when it came to my lips. There are 4 epic level professions. Even if the ice team develops smoothly, it is definitely not a grade in terms of combat power. Feng Shui takes turns, and when there was Tianzhao in the past 6, he would also spare no effort to ridicule. This time, there is really no hope. With all teleportation arrays turned on at full strength, very quickly. It was Qinyi's turn. The milky white light completely enveloped him. A sense of spatial withdrawal similar to entering a copy appeared. Next second, as soon as Chinyi opened his eyes, he came to Silver Crane City. Here, if you cover an area alone, it is more than 10 times the size of the Nanjing River. Strong professionals are everywhere. In Nanjing, gold professionals are enough to be called masters and heroes. But here, even the star profession did not dare to act as wantonly as the iron-blooded dynasty. Is this Silver Crane City? The variety of tall buildings is a bit dazzling. Quote. Wei Shi's eyes looked around, and he couldn't help but sigh. Glancing at the floating UFO building beside him, Chinyi nodded and said in agreement. It's true that a lot of building foundations don't feel like enough to support, but they still exist. I estimate that most of the buildings that can appear in the interior of the city are designed and built by architects above the gold rank. He was also coming to Silver Crane for the first time. In terms of prosperity, there is no doubt that this place far exceeds the Nanjing River. Don't get separated, we're going to the Silver Crane Martial Arts Hall. After the professional competition, there is time to visit this Silver Crane City. Only then did everyone retract their gaze and follow the large army forward. The Hall of Martial Arts is extremely spacious. The combat professionals of this generation of the 8th Xinjiang province gathered together, and the voices were loud. Chinyi big brother, Su Wanning, who had long been in the martial arts hall, her eyes lit up. After shouting, he ran quickly towards this side. When the people around Chinyi saw this scene, they were all confused. He Dedong muttered to himself in a low voice. Huh. Isn't this Miss Qianjin of the Su Pharmacy Group? How did you know Chinyi? Quote. And, big brother, this Nima, I'm sour. Combined with the attitude of the ice squad just now. He vaguely felt that he seemed to underestimate Chinyi. However, it was clearly the puppeteer profession that awakened above the transfer conference that day, and this would definitely not go wrong. The other 6th middle school children are also numb. Good guys, everyone is still fighting to the death, and they want to go further on the path of professionals. Your boy went straight to his thighs. This son. Unforgivable. Quote. I don't share the sky with Chinyi. Damn, isn't it just handsome? I'm not convinced. And Ma Hao and others from 313 on the side. After a brief moment of surprise, his expression returned to normal. With Brother Chin's strength, being able to know Miss Su is not a strange thing. Chinyi probed Su Wanning's properties panel. Sure enough, it has successfully reached the silver grade. The profession has also changed from vine priest to jungle healer. Chinyi big brother, have you found a team? As soon as she came, Su Wanning asked directly. This sentence made the surrounding teenagers even more uncalm. Isn't that what it means to team up with Chinyi? Although it is said that Su Wanning has a high reputation among the professionals in Nanjing by relying on her appearance. But she's also a standout in the epic profession. Such a genius beautiful girl, why should you look for someone from the 6th middle school? Chinyi shook his head. I didn't specifically find someone to team up, but I owed someone a favor and promised to take her. At that time, the sacred dragon heart of stage 2 could not be found. Sha Xinline used this to let herself take her on the professional competition, and Chinyi agreed. So, can you take me one? Don't worry, I know it's inconvenient for you to bring an extra burden. So, if Chinyi big brother is willing, I have prepared a gift. After speaking, Su Wanning took out a skill book with a simple parchment roll. The Rakshasa squad of Nanjing No. 5 middle school was completely hit. Their 4 epic professions, unfortunately, lack a strong priest. Now, a superb priest actually begged a guy from the 6th middle school to join the team. Moreover, listen to the words of the people next to you. Is this guy just an ordinary professional puppeteer? Not only that, but agree to the invitation to join the team and give a skill book. Is the world too crazy, or are they too young? Don't quite understand the logic of the behavior of professionals. Chinyi surprised. Skill book. Take a look. Open black lens bracket black stone pillar puppet manufacturing technique close black lens bracket. Utility. Create 4 black stone pillars that conform a formation, and in the formation, conform a field that affects the action. Requirements for use. Silver grade, puppeteer profession. It turned out to be a realm class puppet technique. This is rare in the silver grade. In the major trading houses, it is absolutely impossible to buy this thing in stock. Su Wanning didn't know where she got it. However, this skill book is really useful for Qinyi. Anyway, bringing one is also a belt, and bringing two is also a belt. Coupled with the distribution of points by its own professional competition, it is very intelligent, although there is a guarantee, but the big head will still fall on Qinyi's body. So, Qinyi nodded crisply. Okay, then you and I will be on the team. Yay. Su Wanning got Qinyi's permission, and immediately jumped up excitedly. That way, it's like being admitted to a top union. The people around were puzzled, and she didn't bother to explain. And Team Qinyi, relying on those terrifying puppets. This time, the ranking of new professionals in Bajong province, not to mention many, the top 100 is estimated to be appropriate. The Rakshasa squad of Nanjong number 5 middle school finally couldn't bear it. The bald man at the head stepped forward. Miss Su, join our Rakshasa team. The Rakshasa squad now has 4 epic professionals with top-notch talent in both attack and human shields. There is only one healing profession left, and it is full. We joined the team, but we didn't need any so-called gifts at all. Quote. In the last sentence, the bald man meant something, and glanced at Qinyi defiantly. In his opinion, there was no comparison between this person and the Rakshasa squad at all. Who expected? Su Wanning just glanced at it indifferently. Spit out 3 words gently. Not interested. These words directly made several members of the Rakshasa team stay in place. It wasn't so enthusiastic just now. How did it become this appearance of not being close to people in a blink of an eye? The bald man blushed even more. Full of confidence, if you want to fill the last short board for the squad, you can directly hit an iron nail. This tone is understood even by people with low emotional intelligence. There is absolutely no room for negotiation. Su Wanning was a little speechless in her heart at this moment. Just you, a few ordinary epic professionals. Even the silver grade has not been reached. Can it be compared to Qinyi Big Brother? If she wants, she can even join some squads with legendary professions. I wouldn't have considered the Rakshasa squad. In fact, the most unacceptable thing is the squad on the side of the first middle school. My God, Su Wanning looks like this. Is she still the rumored beautiful girl who is not close to people of the opposite sex? Depressed. Our squad has a legendary professional leader, and she is not willing to join when she is invited. I actually found a guy with an ordinary profession. Also, with Su Wanning's background, even if she does not perform well in the professional competition, the Su group can also have a lot of resources to cultivate her. The reason why I want to team up with that guy named Qinyi is probably because I saw his appearance. Alas, I didn't expect to have a good skin bag, and even be able to make up for the lack of strength. In the crowd, Yunli was silent. The person behind him came up and asked in a respectful whisper. Dong Xiao, let's not try to invite Su Wanning. Priests who have reached the silver rank now are too rare. Dong Yunfeng just shook his head. Do you think that Qinyi is just a long handsome show, which makes Su Wanning rather pay an expensive skill to join his squad? So naive. His strength is unfathomable. Be able to pass the purgatory level quest on your own. Qinyi's whole cards, even he can't see through. And the people behind Dong Yunfeng were also a little stunned when they heard this. Even the extremely well-informed son of the city lord of Nanjong Cheng used the word unfathomable. How scary is this guy? Qinyi didn't pay much attention to the words of those around him. Use the skill book directly. Congratulations on successfully learning the black stone pillar puppet making technique. Due to the function of the thread fruit and the skill dragon element, the black stone pillar puppet manufacturing technique has transformed into the black Hun Saint pillar puppet manufacturing technique. Puppet. Black pillar. 185,334 185,334. Power. 0. 1111. Spirit. 0. Endurance. 6216. Skills. Space slowdown, auto repair, dragon breath. Combat power rating. 75 stars. Space sluggishness. In the realm composed of 4 black holy pillars, the space seems to become like a quagmire, chaotic, and all enemies' 4-dimensional attributes drop by 20%, the highest amount decreases, each 2000 attribute points. Automatic repair. The body with mysterious thin lines in the body will recover 160 durability points per second. Dragon breath. In the realm, all creatures with dragon bloodlines on their sides will receive a 20% bonus to their 4-dimensional attributes, the maximum amount decreased, each with 2000 attribute points. This. After the 2 transformations of the thread fruit and the dragon element, the black holy pillar has an amazing auxiliary effect. The skill of spatial slowness directly weakened the attributes of the people by 20%. As for the latter maximum drop, it can be completely ignored. The limit of 2000 points per item, that is, the enemy's attributes must reach 10,000 points each. This is what makes it possible. Automatic repair is not mentioned. This is already a fixed benefit of Qinyi. Finally, the skill of dragon breath is also very perverted, adding 20% of its own combat power. Dragon bloodline. Now all of Qinyi's puppets are brought, even their own. Belongs to all buffs. In this trade-off situation, this effect can be even more terrifying than bringing a few auxiliary classes. Moreover, the amount of blood that was as high as nearly 200,000 also made the Black Hun Holy Pillar not afraid of being destroyed first. Before you can burst my pillar, the dragon puppet with high attack power has already cleaned you up. Qinyi nodded in satisfaction, then sighed. It's a pity that the big contest is about to start. There's no time to get the materials you need to make it. When Su Wan heard this, her eyes narrowed into a crescent. Qinyi big brother, how could I not have imagined this? Subsequently, a transaction was applied. All 12 copies of materials were directly transferred to Qinyi's storage space. It's really sweet. However, inside the hall, everyone was making final preparations. For example, looking for the missing characters in the party and so on. At this time, Qinyi suddenly created a puppet, which will definitely attract everyone's attention. No need. It is better to wait for the actual start of the trial before manufacturing. It won't take long anyway. Minutes and seconds passed between hours. Soon, in the middle of the hall, a man with a national character face walked up. Click. At the same time, at the ceiling. Every 20 meters away, a huge electronic screen falls from below. The shot in the picture is the man with a national character face. This is because the martial arts hall is too broad. Far away, it is not clear what happened. These screens must be used for assistance. Qinyi used the destiny line to probe the person's information. Taken aback. Name. Ao Hai. Occupation. Saint Yin Fuzhu. Level 88. Combat power evaluation. 919 star clothes. Well, the combat power is a bit exaggerated. Level 88. The Moonbright Realm powerhouse above the stars. The evaluation of combat power even reached more than 900 stars. This is definitely the strongest Qinyi has seen so far. Although it had been expected that on such a big occasion, it must be the terrifying existence of the Great Sha Kingdom that could preside over this great competition trial. But the person still exceeded Qinyi's expectations. If nothing else, the profession of Saint Yin Fuzhu sounds very strong. Hello everyone, the future of the Great Sha Kingdom. My name is Ao Hai. Today, the new professional competition trial begins, and I am honored to host this grand event. When I see you, I think back to when I was younger. Vibrant and full of possibilities. As soon as Ao Hai spoke, the sound was evenly transmitted to any corner of the martial arts hall. It's like whispering in your ear. Qinyi was stunned all of a sudden. It is really worthy of being a strong person in the Moonming realm, and he is so powerful to show his hand casually. You know, this place accommodates all the students who participated in the trial of the great competition in the 8th Xinjiang province. Speaking of the hall, the area is even close to catching up with Nanjiang Cheng 1%. It is no exaggeration to say that this is definitely the largest building in Bajong province. And Ao Hai can achieve the same decibels in any place, and a little thought is enough to see the horror. But, a smile appeared at the corner of Qinyi's mouth. Even such characters still can't avoid the detection of the line of destiny. The gap in mental power is more than 50%, and the two sides have no special insight and anti-insight means. Gradually, I will not see the comprehensive board information. 423. As a big guy with a combat power rating close to 1,000 stars, Aohai's spiritual power must be much more than Qin Yi's. The power of the Destiny line skill is completely highlighted from here. When Su Wanning saw this person, her beautiful eyes trembled. It's him. I didn't expect that this session of the professional trial Dabi actually sent such a figure. Because the Hidden Dragon Academy program is about to be officially launched. You must know that the Great Sha Kingdom has more than just one trial in a year. And Aohai, among the powerhouses of the Moonming realm, can be regarded as the relatively top level. After all, the later it goes, the greater the gap between professionals of the same grade. A rare class rises to gold after a long period of polishing, with the legendary class rising to gold. Under normal circumstances, the combat power between the two is very different. It is also such a hand that makes this originally extremely cliché opening statement, because the family does not dare to hear it. Ahem, I won't say more nonsense. Let's briefly mention the reward of the trial competition and motivate you. The points you have earned will be able to purchase the items you need in the Great Sha Kingdom Trial Mall. This is the trial mall this time. Immediately, a long list of items appeared on each screen, followed by the required points. The list kept going down, and everyone's exclamations were rising one after another. My god, 400 points can be exchanged for a spirit turtle knee pad. Ha, even the Eye of Sin is there. My promotion and transfer task is worse than this, and it would be nice if I could get it in advance. How do I feel that this trial mall seems to have more and better things than before? Indeed, my saliva is going to flow down when I see it. Decided, this time we must get as many points as possible to earn a lot. Even Qin Yi was a little dazzled by the dazzling array of convertible items. Many people have specially learned about the previous trial mall, including Qin Yi. But this time the convertible list, there are many more good things than before. You must know that the Great Sha Kingdom itself has never been stingy in this regard. Now it is even more luxurious than before, and you can imagine the importance and support for this big competition trial BGEB. Aohai didn't pause too much, and then spoke again. I believe you should be very satisfied with the items in the trial mall, right? But this trial competition is not just a trial mall and an opportunity to emerge in front of the major forces. A professional with 1,000 points can also enter the 8 Frontiers Hidden Dragon Academy. This is an academy established to cultivate a new generation of top powerhouses in our Great Sha Kingdom. In this, as long as you are good enough, then countless resources will be injected into you. Gold, stars, all the resources required for promotion and transfer tasks will be met as much as possible to provide the highest level of convenience for the top Tianzhao. The right skill book, special entry equipment that matches the style of the class. As long as you can meet the mission of the university and the goals you have set, these are not a problem. This will be the most suitable platform and the best opportunity for you to be ahead of others. Here it comes. If the previous trial mall was related to the interests of all the people who participated in the competition, then now this news is what the top Tianzhao is most concerned about. Xiao Yan, Sha Xinline, these leaders in the martial arts hall. All of them were rubbing their hands. An academy established by the Great Sha Kingdom in order to cultivate core strength. A lot of resources are tilted to cultivate, and I believe that few new professionals will refuse. 1,000 points first. This means that only the legend class and the top epic profession can compete for this precious spot. Hidden Dragon Academy, what is this? Ah, I seem to have heard that there are announcements in the city by. Simply put, it is a place to recruit top Tianzhao cultivators. Indeed, but the top 1,000 professionals in this class in Bajong province. Gee, this has nothing to do with us. Quote, yes, so I don't know much about it. The students in the hall showed a polarized attitude towards this news. The trainees who enter the hopeless are all holding the attitude of having fun watching and not caring about it. After all, this new class of combat professionals in Bajong province alone is almost 1 million according to incomplete statistics. That is to say, the top Tianzhao in front of 1,000th can enter the place. What does it have to do with them? And those Tianzhao who are qualified to compete are all holding a momentum in their hearts. There are opportunities that you regret if you lose them. The road to a professional is one step faster, one step faster. Whether two people with the same qualifications can be cultivated by the Hidden Dragon Academy. The final achievement is likely to be a world of difference. However, Qin Yi is not very enthusiastic about this. Legendary level potential rookie professionals are not unseen. Not yet beaten by yourself. And in the entire Bajong province, it is estimated that there are not 1,000 legendary practitioners in this session. Therefore, I only want to enter the Hidden Dragon Academy, which is a sure thing. Not to mention the top 1,000, even the top spot. Qin Yi doesn't think there's any suspense either. After a pause, Ao Hai saw that everyone's emotions had been mobilized. Only then did he continue. His voice seemed magical. At the moment of ringing, it made everyone consciously quiet. Then let me briefly introduce the rules of this trial competition. This copy is called 18 Layers of Hell. Only after killing all the monsters on the first floor can you continue to the next level. And in the 18-layer hell, only the first layer can summon a passage to leave the replica at any time. In the future, I can only choose to give up the trial at the entrance to the first floor. As long as one person in the squad chooses to give up, the passage to leave will open. And until you come out of the copy, you guys don't know the points of all the other competitors. It's that simple. Everyone's primary goal is to get more points. This is the rule of this trial competition. After saying this, there was an uproar in the entire martial arts hall. The voices of discussion arose one after another. He Dedong nodded. It seems that this trial is very simple. There is no extra situation of getting relics to increase points, completing additional goal points, etc. Ma Hao on the side looked very solemn and glanced at He Dedong. Spit out 2 words lightly. Idiot. What did you say? He Dedong just wanted to refute, but found that it was Ma Hao, the captain of the ice squad, who spoke up. Immediately changed his face. Brother Ma, do you have any other opinions? It's better to explain to the little brother. Ma Hao exhaled deeply. Only then did he continue. This rule seems simple, but it kills human nature. It's the most perverted rule in recent years. As soon as these words came out, some of the trainees next to him were puzzled, but some understood something, and their faces became equally ugly. Qin Yi looked indifferent. The ingenuity of this rule was naturally the first time he saw it. But in the face of absolute strength, there is nothing to panic about. What kind of human nature trap? All can be broken with one force. Ma Hao didn't pause too much. Continue to speak. First of all, in the first layer of purgatory, you can choose to leave at any time, which is nothing. It's the most human part of this trial. After all, for those of us who are combat professionals, the lower limit of strength is an exaggeration. Those who have only level 3 or 4 after 7 days are there. If these people are not allowed to leave the scene in a bad situation, isn't it a deliberate murder to eliminate the weak? The Great Sha Kingdom will not do such a thing. But the next number of layers can only choose to leave or continue the trial when the monsters sweep the entire layer. There are definitely quite a few squads that will erupt into fierce conflicts. He Dedong only understood a little when he said this. Hammered his palm hard. I see. The squad that has just broken through a layer of hell will definitely have confidence swelling. By the time you get to the next level, it's too late to find that you can't deal with these monsters. There is no turning back, only to die in hell. Ma Hao gave him a blank look, and thought that this kid really understood. It turned out to be half aware, which is really foolish. So he spoke again. You just see part of it. Dabi Trial Squad. The highest 5 people. These 5 people more or less have their own ideas. Some people are bold and think they can continue to break in. Some people are cautious and think that this is enough. You must know that this trial is not a child's play, because the differences in the family are all based on the possibility of losing your life. If you fail to challenge, you will die. In the face of the great horror of life and death, many people will obviously have the strength to continue, but they still choose to escape. And as long as one person gives up, the results of the entire squad will end here. So choosing your teammates becomes very important. Trust and accurate judgment are all needed for this big competition. Especially those who want to storm the Hidden Dragon Academy, do you think they will not do their best? When he Dedong heard this explanation, he knew that he really thought too simple just now. This mechanism is simply a dilemma. Moreover, you will not see other people's points at all in the copy. There is no way to know if it is enough for you to break into here, or if it is still worse. It's a life and death bet. But the opportunity in front of him did not grasp it, so he casually joined a small guild and kept seeking stability. Who knows if one day he will be killed by a sudden crisis because of insufficient strength. Dying is also a creed in the minds of many people. As the discussion progressed, more and more people realized the cruelty of this rule. Let's say now, don't abuse a vote, how about abstaining? When the time comes, the minority obeys the majority by voting. This is not fair to me. Brother Yun, you are the main force of the squad, there is a probability of entering the Hidden Dragon Academy, I am impossible. Quote. Although it hurts, I don't want to put my life on the line. Yes, I also think that what Ah Chuan said is reasonable. And my profession is to attract firepower, and when the time comes, one accidentally dies and dies unjustly. You guys, it's too provocative. Quote. In the hall, even more heated discussions broke out. Many squads that had long been formed also had differences. Students, calm down. At this moment, Ao Hai's voice also sounded again. ... 0. I know many of you will find it strange. What is the purpose of this rule making? Just to make us tangled? Civil unrest? Of course not. The path to becoming a professional is very important for judging the situation. Immature choices will kill you and your teammates. Therefore, this big competition not only tests your strength, but also judgment. Fight for a chance or take a step back. This degree is under your control. Now give you an hour to choose your team, and after the team is completed, you can enter the quest channel and wait. Finish speaking. On the alloy walls on both sides of the hall, folding metal devices slowly opened. Hundreds of pitch black and deep passage entrances appeared in front of everyone. Wei Shi came over. Qin Yi, be careful. I know you're definitely going to compete for the top 1000, but do what you can. The entire Bajong province, even if it is a legendary profession, is in the west. Even if you don't enter the Hidden Dragon Academy, just work harder in the future. In fact, people with average strength like ours don't have so many troubles. The squad has long agreed not to engage in such a limit, as long as you feel a little strenuous, give up. Qin Yi smiled. Don't worry, Stone, I know it. If you can't break through yourself, I'm afraid that no newcomer will be able to break through these 18 layers of hell. DDD. Communication messages rang. At a glance, it was sent by Sha Xinline. Ask where Qin Yi is. So Qin Yi sent the positioning directly. I don't need to find any squad members myself. After the 3 people have gathered, they immediately enter the quest passage. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.